This ought to be interesting.
While we were down in the basement, we checked out the garbage cans. There's a garbage chute that juts directly down from the kitchen. In one of the garbage cans, Jack found evidence of Culpeper melon.
I've never heard of this Culpeper melon.
It's a rare tropical plant whose fruit is extremely toxic. When I realized that the Culpeper melon was involved, the murder all made sense. We had all assumed that Wimberly had been stabbed, until Mrs. Preakness declared that he had been poisoned. The Culpeper melon was the perfect choice. It starts by numbing the nerves of the thorax, and eventually the victim experiences total cardiovascular arrest.
I think I get it. So whoever killed Wimberly waited until his nerves were sufficiently numb, and then stabbed him in the back. He never would have even felt it. And then, once the poison took full effect, Wimberly collapsed.
Elementary, my dear Holmes. That's why Mrs. Preakness' observation about the knife was so important. The killer had to use a small knife so that Wimberly wouldn't be instantly killed. But the handle had to look big enough as if he had been stabbed to death. Then, when the murderer realized that the poison was about to take full effect, he triggered the lights by remote control.
But where was the poison?
Culpeper melon juice can be frozen. When it's frozen, it's non-poisonous. But if allowed to melt, say in Captain Wimberly's tea, it becomes poisonous again. Interestingly, once the poison is absorbed into the body, freezing it renders it undetectable. Since we put the bodies in the freezer, we never would have known what the poison was, if Jack and I hadn't found traces of Culpeper melon in the garbage.
Hold on there, Missy. I was right there with you in the basement, and I saw no Culpeper melon peels in the trash.
You're right, Chief. There were no peels. But I never said anything about peels. The only way you would have known about the peels is if you peeled the fruit yourself, then put the peels down the garbage disposal. Just after you poisoned the tray of ice. The same tray that you used to poison both victims.
What? What are you talking about?
The jig is up, Chief. When Wanda went over the details of dinner, I knew it had to be him that stabbed him. The reason the angle of the blade was so unusual is because you stabbed him when you patted him on the back, and you almost got away with it.
I'll still get away with it. There's no way you're pinning this on me. Not while I can still do this.
Grab it!
I have him! Ow, that's a mean friendship assault.
Oh, sorry, Jack.
I've got him.
Great work, you guys.
Jenny, I think you can let go of me now.
Oh, right.
I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Watch me do it.
Are you stupid or what? I did it for the money. There's no money in being a sheriff in a town like this. I had my whole retirement planned out, and now it's ruined. Ruined!
Jean-Luc, Jean-Paul, Jean-Claude takes his boorish oath away.
Ruined. Ruined.
Well, Foster, I guess that about wraps it up. Obviously, Stanton murdered Wimberly so that he could get the money. Then, when Mrs. Preakness was snooping around in the kitchen, he poisoned her too. He probably thought that we'd assumed that she died of natural causes.
Yeah, I guess that does about wrap it up. Wait a second. What about the money?
Oh, right. Forgot all about that.
Stan probably hid it somewhere around here. We'll find it eventually. Besides, I'm donating it all to the Mystery Solvers Retirement Fund.
Do you think anyone will ever find that money?
My memory must be getting worse. I found this down in the basement and nobody was looking. I figure Stan dropped down the trash chute and planned to come get it later. I'll just donate it to the Mystery Solvers Retirement Fund like he said.
But, boss, you're the only retired mystery solver.
Now that you mention it, I am.
Well, Foster, I've got to admit, donating all that money, that's pretty generous.
My family's accumulated a large sum of money over the years. I don't really need it.
Of course, that money by all means should belong to my family.
Don't start that again, Jenny. Decide to get maybe 20%. That's a number you're going to want to get used to if you ever want to work as my sidekick.
Your sidekick? Your sidekick? If anything, you should pay me to be my
think they will. Like somebody said, the problems of two little people don't amount to a hill of beans in a crazy mixed up world like this. I think this could be the start of a beautiful relationship.